Shalawam, shalawam. This is the brother Yeshaya. Before I begin, I would like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, the men I do learn this truth from. Now the title of this lesson is Eminem is a Jake. And it was inspired by these clips I remember watching a while back. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Let me go ahead and mute myself to get better audio quality. BAHASHAM, bear with me.
First of all, I didn't know he was Caucasian when I heard it. You know what I'm saying? When I heard it the first time, I just love the delivery. I love his concepts and what he was talking about because it was just crazy. You know what I mean? I found out a couple of days later that he was a white cat. You know what I mean? Right. So then I'm like, wow, I got to meet him. I got to meet him. You know, this is amazing. And everybody around me at that time was trying to talk me out of working with him. You know what I mean? Man. Every single person around me was like, "Listen, man, this is a white boy. You're getting ready to ruin your career right when we get the label started," because that was at the beginning of Aftermath. You know what I mean? Right. So I just had to go with my gut. Man. I'm like, he's that hot. People are gonna get into it because it's that good.
Who did M put on? G-Unit, D12, Slaughterhouse, and Griselda. Come on, just be acting like it doesn't matter at the white boy because he's the black hockey player. Yo, his music don't play in the clubs. Why did they say Eminem?
Because he's white. That's it. It's clear. He's white.
Nobody in my hood, my family, wore a free Yayo shirt at the Grammys and look out for me.
You see, so I played two clips. That first clip had went into with Dr. Dre, a well-known, artist, a well-known producer and whatnot. Now he had found Eminem, and he was mentioning how he didn't even, it didn't cross his mind that he was a white boy, a so-called white man. He just heard the music and enjoyed it. Eminem has talent. That's why through the spirit we believe Eminem is a Jake. He sounds like a Jake. He doesn't sound like he's coming off insincere when it comes to his talent. He doesn't sound like he made it overnight, or it doesn't sound like he's trying too hard, I should say. So through the spirit we believe Eminem is a Jake. And then that second clip has showed Tony Yayo, speaking on how Eminem was supportive of so-called Negroes. He's supportive of basically his people. So Eminem is not a white boy, according to the spirit. Now, according to the flesh, yeah, people fall for that, and that's why even Dr. Dre had people doubting Dr. Dre working with Eminem. They thought it was gonna mess up their whole career. But let's get straight to the precepts. Here's 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. But the Lord Yahawaah said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For Yahawaah seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance. And that's exactly what Dr. Dre was describing. People were looking at Eminem like, man, this dude is not the guy to work with. This is not the guy you want to sign to your label. It says, but Yahawaah looketh on the heart. Now, of course, Eminem is still a two-third. He's an Israelite, that's been scattered and that is set up to be destroyed because guess what? He's a sellout. Eminem has done everything that, these wicked Jakes have done. Eminem is just because he's an Israelite doesn't mean he's innocent, because, hey, even Dr. Dre is a wicked-ass Israelite. They're wicked, man. They don't want to repent. They don't want to turn back to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. And then when you go into this word countenance, I just grabbed a quick note. This is H4758. It's the Hebrew word mara'ah. And the key points I wanted to mention, it says appearance or what is seen. So when you get the appearance of Eminem, you see a white boy. You assume he's just like all these saltless crackers. They have no flavor, no style, no talent, can't even move right. They're just very awkward, weird individuals like a Jeffrey Dahmer, the vast majority of them. Now, don't get me wrong, hey, there's serpents out there that are smooth with it, man. They know how to convince Jake that, they're cool or whatever. But then over time, man, they just show their true colors. And that's why, hey, all these years, all these groups that Tony Yayo was referring to is all different generations. It's not like Eminem in the beginning was, you know, pushing for hip hop and Jakes, and then he switched up. Nah, he's been consistent. So hey, through the Spirit, he is a Jake. You know, and for the new listener, Jake is a short way of saying an Israelite that is not necessarily aware that he's an Israelite. You know, because I could say Eminem is an Israelite, but people may stumble on that and think, oh, you're claiming Eminem is coming back to the truth. You know, and that's not the case, man. So that's why we use the term Jake. Now it says, here's another precept, Jeremiah 12:9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds around about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. You see that? A speckled bird refers to an Israelite that may not look like an Israelite. You know, an Israelite foreigner. That's where we get that term. Israelite foreigners are Israelites that don't look like your typical so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, which are the Israelites according to the Bible. You know, those are the God's chosen people. And then the Israelite foreigners are our brothers and sisters that look like these other nations. And that speckled bird represents a blemished bird, a bird that's looked down upon. You know, that's what our Israelites are at. That's their current state at this moment. Israelites are looked down upon, man. And that's why even you see it with our own people. You know, that clip Dr. Dre was saying everyone was looking down on him. And I'm like, man, don't sign his ass. He's going to make us flop, basically. He's going to make us not pop the way we want to. And look what Eminem did, man. Just because of his appearance, even Esau Edom tries to boast up Eminem, acting like that's his people. But they don't truly care about him, man. He's still a Jake, man, at the end of the day. He just looks like the other nations, you know? And this is Sirach 27:9. And this is proof, hey, all those people Eminem was putting on for, you know, Tony Yayo, even 50 Cent, man. Eminem found 50 Cent. You know, we see how you know, how much he's received in this side, how much money and whatnot, you know, because 50 Cent's a sellout himself. But, hey, he received his constellation. You see, so it says, Sirach 27:9. The birds will resort unto their like. And that's what you see. That's what you see. Eminem resorts unto his like, man. That's why he was wearing a do-rag. And he felt comfortable in it. It wasn't like it was something he didn't want to do. Man, he felt comfortable doing that. And no one had a problem with it because guess what? He carries himself as a Jake. Eminem doesn't carry himself like these typical Edomites, man. These cave dwellers. He has a sense of style. It says, so will truth return unto them that practice in her. And you know, that the main point was that first half. The birds will resort unto their like. So, 2/3 are going to kick it with 2/3. So Eminem being a 2/3 Israelite, an Israelite meant to be destroyed by missiles, is going to be destroyed is going to be kicking with other Israelites that are going to be destroyed with missiles. You see? So, even his own daughter, who he was famously rapping about all the time, Haley, although she looks like a Edomite, she's a Jake. You know? It says, let's grab this last precept. Now, this is Hosea chapter 7, verse 8. It reads, Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. And Ephraim, you know, is the head tribe of the northern kingdom. You so-called Latinos and Native Americans. Ephraimites are the Puerto Ricans. You see? You so-called Puerto Ricans. You are the Ephraimites. And you're the head tribe. And you've mixed yourself among the people. You've gone with all these other nations' women. And so what happened? It says, Ephraim is a cake not turned. And there you go. So if you get a pancake and you don't flip it, you're going to have a pancake that's a lighter brown. You know? Up until the point where they may not have pigment or lack pigment to the extent of like an Eminem or a Logic or a Drake. You see? Or Drake's son, Blake Griffin. Man, there's so many examples out there of Israelites that don't look like Israelites. You know, so this isn't nothing too heavy to understand. This is very, you know, simple, man. These are simple precepts. This is milk. But one thing I did want to point out, this word mixed goes back to H1101, Ba'ala, which means mingle, mix oneself among others. You see, so the northern kingdom has been mixed among the others, you know? And that's why you see the northern kingdom different variations of brown. They're not your standard dark skin color like we used to be, man. We all At one point in the world, the entire earth was colored people, man. Dark-skinned people. And over the years, man, with leprosy, with the mark of Cain, Esau being born, these nations have been, you know, becoming variations of brown down to no pigment, man. Because you even got albinos amongst Jake, man. You know, that's a clean leopard. You know? So Eminem is a Jake, man. That's bottom line. You know? So Lord willing, this lesson has been edifying. Before I close out, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAH, Qadash. Shalawam to the elect.